Hi, everybody. I'm still waiting for some of you guys to show up. But anyway, I have a guest today on Hogatha's hot seat. His name is Rodney Smith, and he's the author of The Petty Principles, Volume 1. It's a modern satirical philosophical piece packed with life lessons and laughs. Stoicism meets comedy. Comedian turned author Rodney Smith, known for the widely successful podcast Lord Petty, delivers wisdom packed into blunt humor. Readers are provided the tools for effectively navigating a cruel new world with a positive outlook. This book delivers a ruthless reassessment of our day to day norms, additionally, serving as a guide for conquering common issues we face as social creatures. A short read that will leave a long lasting impact on readers. A must read for the modern stoic with a sense of humor. Hi, everybody. And as you know, humor is in short supply in 2023. So, anyway, I hope you guys will welcome Rodney Smith. He also goes by Lord Petty. And here he is. Hi, Lord Petty.
Hi, Hogatha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Before we get started, Rodney, do you go by Rodney or Lord Petty?
Typically, I mean, because we're friends, we know each other in real life. You can call me Rodney. My pronouns are he, him. So
That
people,
was my next question.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's Rodney, he, him is typically what I go by.
Rodney, he, him. Okay. Well, that's good to know. And just so you know, I go by she, her.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Okay, because you never know. Some people are fluid and in their binary, non-binary, situation.
Well, that's very ignorant of me to say I knew that because you never really know. So, Hogatha, do you mind if I take my mask off?
If you feel safe, I've been fully vaccinated and boosted several times. So if you feel good, but by all means, if you don't feel safe, don't remove it.
I feel like everybody's social distance pretty well, so I think it's a safe environment to do so. So I'm gonna do so unless
Okay.
anybody finds any sort of microaggression within. So I can leave it on or take it off.
Okay, I'm looking at the comments and I can just say I'll take responsibility for this and I say take it off.
Okay, I'm
You
gonna take
you
it
could
off.
take it off. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, air feels good.
Oh, well you have a beard.
Yeah, I've been growing it out. I've been taking Clomid. Clomid. It's actually they give it to women to make them pregnant. It ups their testosterone. And so, I've been taking
Really?
yeah, so if you're a guy, it tells your nuts that you're not making enough testosterone, so it naturally makes more testosterone. And so, it's not like injecting testosterone because that, depletes your sperm count. And so I do wanna have children one day, so I was talking to the doctor about, getting my T levels up, and,
Right.
yeah, and so they put me on this Clomid stuff, and my beard has just been glorious ever since, so very
It
thankful for
is
that.
is that something that, say, a trans man could use while it'd be a trans woman. No, it'd be a trans man while he's pregnant.
I'm sure. Well, it's to get pregnant. So if a trans man wanted to get pregnant, it is something that they would take to basically up the chances. But it increases natural testosterone production. It won't like skyrocket your testosterone.
Right.
It'll just raw dog that air.
Yeah.
It'll just tell your body to make more natural test. So however much you can, it's like optimizing your own body for testosterone.
Alright. Oh, good. That's good. So it's beneficial for biological men and trans men.
Yes, yes,
For
yes.
for men of all types.
Well, yeah, I mean there's plenty of different types of men. So, whatever. I mean, there's men with penises, there's men with vaginas, there's men who It does. I mean, anybody can take it. It just depends if you are a biological birth giver, it'll help you conceive. And if you are whether you're a male or female with the penis, but if you do have a penis and you take it'll just help with like your beard and building muscle and stuff like that.
Now,
But
Rodney, does it affect the bonus hole at all? Any pleasure problems, moisture,
you know,
anything like that?
I'm not sure. So I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to spread dangerous misinformation, but
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure if it affects the bonus hole or not. I mean, I only have one hole, so I have a penis and I have a butthole, and so it has no effect on my butthole. But I've definitely noticed I've been getting stronger erections. So I don't know how that would
Oh,
affect. I don't know what the biological correlation between if something gives you harder erections versus if it affects the bonus hole about how it like contracts or lubricates or anything like that.
yeah. Janie Mary says bonus hole, honey. You guys got to educate yourself. I mean, if you guys want to continue to watch my very progressive shows, you're gonna have to really do your homework and start to brush up on some of this more modern progressive vocabulary.
Since we're on the subject of not being ignorant white swine, do you mind explaining the flag behind you? Because there are some symbols on there that I'm not absolutely familiar with, and I would
Who's
love to.
this? What are you talking about? Wait, wait, the bonus hole. Wait, are we talking about her right here? Is that her flat? Wait, what are we talking about? Is she the swine? The bonus hole?
No, no, I'm saying because I don't want to be white swine. Since we're speaking about learning,
Oh,
since I don't want to be a white swine, I would like to learn more about the flag behind you.
oh God. Oh, I'm sorry, Janie. You know what? I'm an old lady. I am.
It's
What
okay.
this isn't really the newest incarnation of the pride flag, but it is one of them.
Hmm.
And this is, I am here for the Chinese Communist Party, trans people, Latinx, African Americans. This would be, I honestly don't know what it says, but you know what? I'm all for Arabs and Palestinians.
Yeah.
And the fist would be black power and then anarchy.
So I like that there's a brown one and a black one. So is that
Yes.
because there's two stripes for trans? So the pink and blue is for trans,
Yes.
and then the brown and black is for black, correct?
Yes. Now, I'm sorry. You thought I was the white swine? I was very confused. I'm the white swine. No, no, no.
No, I didn't want
Rodney's the white swine.
yeah, that was very aggressive of me. I was saying I didn't want to be the white swine because I felt like the white swine because I was looking at the flag and I didn't understand quite what all the
Oh,
symbolism was.
okay.
And I started just feeling like a colonizer.
Rodney, okay, it's funny that you talk about white and stuff because you know what? I've been paying attention to you for some time.
Well, I hope so.
And
I'm a huge fan of you, so thank you. That means a
no,
lot.
and thank you. And the thing is, you really have a thing for the Latinas, don't you?
I do. I shouldn't objectify women or, biologically women specifically, but I really do like the Latinas. Yeah.
Now, but you're a little more specific than Latinas. You like what you say, big booty Latinas.
Yeah, I enjoy, I enjoy a voluptuous lower end on the Latinas, and I enjoy some bigger breasts on them as well. Which is strange because with white biological women that I'm attracted to, I'm typically more into like the athletic or kind of like the whatever. But with the Latinas, there's just something about the big booties that just really gets me going.
So your breed specific when it comes to body types.
Yeah, and I don't sometimes I feel like I get kink shamed for that, but it's 2024 and I feel like I can be transparent about that without, being judged too hard. I hope this is a
Well,
safe space to talk about this.
well, yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. I noticed you didn't say black women.
You know, I have this weird superstition that someday I will marry a black woman.
Okay.
Because whenever I meet black women, we just get along. It is, I don't know what to call it, but whenever I get into conversation with a black woman, I mean, maybe that's why we get along so well, because I know you're about 2% Latinx and we really hit it off as soon as we met. And I
No.
think with my upbringing, because I was raised in a very multicultural neighborhood,
Yeah.
so I think I just really know how to speak to minorities.
Well, you're from Tejas, aren't you?
I live in Texas, yes, but I
Yes.
I I was yeah, I was born in Washington, and I spent pretty much my whole childhood in Germany, and then I live in Texas now.
Did you?
Yeah.
That probably won't come to a surprise to some people that you've been heavily, influenced by the German culture.
Oh, yeah, I'm a total German. I'm a total,
Yeah.
like, everything is spick and span. I'm a complete attention to detail. C everything, yeah, everything, every stereotype, I fit the mold.
Okay, Rodney, I'm gonna play a video here, and then we'll talk about it, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Latinas, dude. That's so funny. Why is it typically Mexican guys are just the nicest, most jolly, funniest, like open door, and then the Latinas just want to murder you? But I think it's actually both, okay? Because Mexican dudes are either the nicest, most kind, just funniest people, or they just put the fear of God in me. Maybe that's why they're so nice, because they are inherently biologically able to chop you up into little pieces and put you in a trunk or something like that, if they really wanted to.
Now, Rodney, I don't think you know how truthful that last statement is, because I don't live far from the Mexican border, and I'm in Southern California, and it really is a thing to find a severed head thrown on the other side of the border, or to see bodies hanging from a freeway overpass in Juarez. And you have every right to fear, for your life if you're coming after, some cholo or paisa's woman, his hyena. I mean, I don't know if you realize like what kind of danger you are in, putting yourself in risk.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do, because sometimes I will see a Chicano looking at me if I'm looking at a skonka a little too hard, and because I can't help myself, I'm a white male straight pig, so sometimes I got to remind myself, like, tone it down, Rodney, tone it down. Do not be like your ancestors. Do not stare at the skonka. And then I'll just tone it down, because I do feel like I'll be in danger, and I don't want to be a victim to as a white male, I don't want to be a victim, because that'll make the crime statistics look bad for the minority that violated me. So I don't want to be a part of that sort of racism.
Now, Rodney, the thing is, are you afraid of the chancla? Do you know what the chancla is?
I don't know what that is.
The chancla is the slipper or the
Oh,
slide.
you know what? I learned this the other day, actually. I learned this the other
Yeah.
day. So yes. So I do know what that is.
You're gonna have to get used to the chancla. Um, what about chupacabra?
Yeah, that's the, like, monster thing, right?
Yes. Yeah, he comes at but I hear he comes after white boys who want Latina girls.
Yeah, see,
They don't want you polluting the gene pool.
I gotta get hip on my Mexican folklore, because I didn't know about that. So it's not like the Asians where they just welcome white people with open arms. They don't like us.
No, they do. They do. Some do. It depends. If you're the gangster type. Um, you know what? Danny Perez, he's been a long time viewer of mine. Oh, thank you, love. Oh, Marquina just brought me a refreshment.
Oh, hi, Marquina.
Rodney says hi, Marquina.
Hi, Gordon.
Rodney's Lord Petty.
Hey, Lord Petty.
Okay. Now, oh, excuse me. So I have another video that I want you to see, Rodney. Here we go.
Is necessarily that difficult. I think women are just dramatic about everything in general. Okay, women always act like, oh, we have it so hard in the workplace. Oh, we have it so hard at the gym. We get stared at. Oh, we get hard at everything is so hard. Being a mom is so hard. Being a stay-at-home wife is so hard. Oh, having to do my hair is so hard. So how hard can giving birth possibly be? I think it must be blown way out of proportion because women blow everything out of proportion and they're just emotional creatures. Yeah, go look at the comments on that clip. Anyways,
The funny thing about that, Rodney, is my grandmother. She knows I'm a lesbian, and she knows that I don't menstruate. And she told me, Hogatha, whenever you get with the woman of your dreams or when you start dating other women, don't fall for the whole period scam. And I said, well, what is that? She goes, well, biological women or women with a uterus, they will bleed. And a lot of them will try to control you during the end of the month when they say their hormones are raging, and they have this built-in excuse to be a bitch. I think you would get along with my grandmother really well. I mean, so you don't think like the childbirth is a big deal? I mean, they are made to do that, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, that's like my car doesn't start screaming at me when it has. I mean, the engine roars when I go 100 miles an hour, but it was built to go 100 miles an hour. So if the biological female's body is pushing out, I mean, I've seen women put way bigger things than babies up there. So I think they're just being extremely irrational about it because, like I said, they're just kind of emotional creatures.
Now, I don't know, are there any oh God, what do you call them? Birth givers? What do we call those now? The people who can bear children.
Yeah,
Is
birth
it
givers.
real? Yeah, a child bear. Are you guys really? Is it really that difficult? I mean, from what I understand, you get pregnant for I think a total of 10 months, right? People say 9, but I think it's a total of 10 by the time you give birth, it's 10. I mean, that the uterus does get bigger naturally, doesn't it? I mean, it's not like
Yeah, and it
yeah,
happens slowly over time. It's not just like thunk. It's like in there and comes. I mean, it's a whole thing, and you get dilated, and there's medication, and
that's right, a birthing person. That's it, birthing person. Oh, Becky has had 2 kids. So Becky, since you've pushed out 2, now, I'm a woman without a uterus, and so I'll never experience miracle childbirth, and it really bothers me. But what I want to know is,
I'm getting emotional. I'm sorry.
is is it like being constipated and then finally going? Is it like, how it just builds up and builds up and then finally it just comes out? Because at some point you'd have no choice. It's gonna come out. And that's why a lot of women sit there and push, or birth givers, they push. Honey,
Yeah,
it's gonna come out.
that is such a Hogatha. You are. I mean, I have so much respect for you for blazing the trail for other women trying to get into social media and stuff like that. But you are just so intelligent because that is such a great point. It's gonna come out. So why are you pushing so hard? Just chill. Just relax. That's the thing. Like women have no patience. They don't know how to just chill. Biological women, they don't know how to just chill and just let things happen sometimes. Just sit back and enjoy the ride.
Now, Blaze is saying, you gave birth to Bocephus. Did you forget? No, I didn't forget, Blaze. And the reason why I did that is so I can experience a simulated pregnancy. It wasn't real. I was sitting there, I was being very vulnerable in front of a live audience giving birth to my child in the shower. So, a simulation, of course, but it's like I have the right to experience that. And because I went and I did that, I tried to simulate a pregnancy so I could feel closer and be more of a biological woman. How dare you bring that up?
Haga, you don't have to do anything else to feel any more like a woman. You are a woman, and that's just is what it is. But I do have to ask: is this video still a thing? Like, can I
It,
view this
it,
video?
yeah, it's somewhere. It's somewhere in YouTube. I could send it to you later.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to text it to me or something, I might watch it at some point. Like,
Okay, so you know what? We're 19 minutes into this, Rodney, and I haven't even asked you any questions yet.
oh, I'm
And
having a great time.
okay, now I like to ask just simple questions that you'd ask on a first date. Not that I feel like we're on a date or anything.
I mean, that'd be a dream come true if we were on a date. So if you want to call it a date, we can call it a date.
You know, I did. I used to date men.
Oh, that's right. You're you know, Hogatha, that was very inappropriate of me. I forget.
But
And you're married. You have God, I am a white swine. I am so sorry.
no, that's fine. Marquina's not the jealous type. She's not, and she knows I don't go for white men anyway.
Okay, well that's good. I
Okay.
apologize, and I will. If
Okay.
maybe later I can apologize to Marquina individually, but
Okay. Okay. And okay, so here we go. You ready?
yeah.
Here's the first question. What meal would you cook for a hot Latina to make her say yes?
a steak. I cook an amazing steak, ribeyes, cast iron.
Oh, really?
I just have the magic touch. I don't know what it is. I physically cannot make a bad steak. I just have this sixth sense about. I can look at the meat, I can look at it, and I know exactly what's going inside in there, and I pull it at the perfect time every single time.
Now, Rodney, Michael has made a very bold statement. I date Rodney. I date Rodney. Now, I'm going to tell you, he's cleaning it up a little bit. Now, I'll tell you what he really wants to do. He would like to cruise you in an alleyway or maybe some out of the spot place, have a hookup, maybe come and dump, and then leave and never talk to you again. Is that what you're talking about, Michael? Because I know that's what you gay men are doing. That's it. Isn't that it? So you would cook a steak, a ribeye steak. What side dishes would you make for her?
Probably, that's where I kind of struggle.
Yeah.
That's where it's kind of a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
Where, if the lady wants to go and make a salad or something like that, because I'm just I like, I keeping a watchful eye on the cooking product. I guess maybe I'd make like some pasta on the side or
There you go.
some vegetables or something like that.
There you go. You know, if she's Mexican, she might like some papa fritas.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean,
yeah.
to be honest, I don't think I would ever cook for a woman on one of the first dates because, yeah, because if I were to mess the food up, I wouldn't be able to rebound from that. So I would rather go somewhere else and use my white privilege and my trust fund to pay somebody else.
Oh, there you go. You know what? And you know what? You're extending the privilege to a minority. And I think
Oh,
there's nothing more, I would say, loving or caring or generous than what a white person doing that, extending the privilege to a minority.
oh, 100%. That's why I love going to Mexican restaurants, and I just want people to feel seen and let them know that me as a white straight male, I am there and I see them.
Rodney, listen, when she pulls down her pants, your hot Latina,
Hmm.
and she displays a 9-inch uncut penis, what do you do?
You know, I would have to wonder how I didn't notice the the, the crank beforehand. You know,
The
I,
cr-
I,
oh, the penis. Okay.
yeah. I would have to start thinking, okay, if it's gotten, what was that?
Nothing.
Oh. Yeah, I do like biological. 9 inches would be just too out of control for me. I mean, that's just too much.
Even for if it was an enlarged clitoris.
If it was a 9-inch clitoris, I could probably make an exception, I think.
Well, God, I mean, let's be real. I mean, if it's a 9-inch clitoris, it's bigger than what you got, and she could just bang herself with it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like she wouldn't. That's a great point. She wouldn't want. It's not about what I would do. If she pulled out a 9-inch clitoris and then I pulled out what I'm working with, she would lose interest. So
Okay. So you're just not down for now. Is it because it's uncut, or would you rather it be cut, or it's just because it's a penis?
I think, I mean, it's in general, it's just because it is a penis. Like, I'm just not really into penis. Like, I have a
Okay.
penis. That's enough penis for me. Like, I don't need any more penis. Like,
Oh, really? Oh, you have enough.
I have enough that
Oh,
I personally need. It's kind of like when you have like enough glassware in your pantry or whatever. I possess enough penis where I don't need extra penis. So that's why I'm out here chasing biological Latinas.
okay. Um, Where is your favorite place in the world?
My favorite place in the world. This isn't a very amusing answer, but so I grew up in the country out on a river, and I've always said, "Do you hear my cat meowing?"
I did. I hit what pretty
I,
little pussy, huh?
should I grab the pussy? Let me grab the
Yeah.
pussy really quick.
Yeah, you could show the pussy. And you know what? It's funny, my little one just walked in too.
That look, they want to talk to each other. Once, let me grab my pussy.
Okay, go ahead. You guys, I got Moshi. Look at you guys. I got Moshi. Moshi wanted to be on camera. Let's see.
Here. Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
oh, the pretty kid. Oh, look at that pretty kitty. Moshi, look at the kitty.
This is
Moshi, you like kitties, huh?
She doesn't she's so clingy, but she does not like to be picked up. She will
Yeah.
lay on me. Like I can't sit down or lay down without her crawling on top of me. But as soon as I
Yeah.
pick her up, she does not like it. She's like a little Latina woman.
Have you discovered, does she like peanut butter?
No, I've never tried that. She's got a sensitive tummy, so I gotta
Right.
feed her special food, but otherwise she'll. The other day, I let her in, so she was out. I let her out on my porch, and she's a good girl. She doesn't run away. I let her out on my porch, and so I live on the second story in an apartment, so I have a balcony, so that makes sense.
Oh, that's fancy.
And yeah, white privilege, trust fund, like I said.
Yeah.
And so I let her out, and then she's meowing at the door. So I let her in, and she runs inside, gets on top of her cat tower, which is 6 feet tall, pukes down the side of it onto the carpet, and then jumps down the cat tower and goes and meows at the front door again.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's a little demon.
She's a handful.
Yeah, I love her though.
How old is she?
I think she's like 2 or 3. So when I first moved to Texas, I lived with a friend and they had 2 dogs and she really hated the dogs and she would piss everywhere. And so they were going to take her to the pound and I didn't want her going to the pound because that's like jail for animals and I don't want
Yeah,
to, jail is a racist thing perpetuated by white people.
of course.
So I decided to take her in so she wouldn't become another, statistic to the white man.
And you don't live near a Chinese restaurant or anything, like next door or anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you like Chinese food?
It's okay. I'm gluten intolerant, so I can't eat a lot of I can't eat any deep fried anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why that's why I'm so skinny because I can't eat bread or I can't eat most things that contain carbs.
Well, you'll never have diabetes then, will you?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, I have type 2 diabetes because I eat too much of what you can't eat.
You would never be able to tell though.
Well, I'm on Ozempic too, and I've lost a considerable amount of weight. I mean,
what's the term you just said?
Ozempic, it's a medication.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a once a week injectable, but a lot of celebrities were taking it when they don't have diabetes because it makes you lose weight.
Or does it just kill your appetite or does it destroy fat?
No, it what it does is, oh, pardon me. What it does is it slows down your digestive system so the food stays in your tummy longer. Plus, it sends a message to your brain that you're full, and you could go all day and not eat and not care. I know when I'm not eating enough when I get heartburn. It's like the acids are going in and it's not doing anything. It's like it's burning my stomach up.
But it keeps the food in your does it make you feel constipated? What's your poop schedule like?
Well, I don't know. I really have a schedule. It's funny. Marquina knows when I'm going to poop. If I pass gas and it has a certain odor, she'll say, "Oh, you have to poop," and
Is that kind of how biologic or birth givers, I guess, how they get on the same period schedule for the fact that you and Marquina are both lesbians? Marquina's still lesbian, correct?
Well, Marquina is a lesbian, but she is a trans woman. So she's biologically male, but
Right.
transitioned to a female, but is currently identifying as male.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I guess since she doesn't identify as a woman, it wouldn't make, because I was gonna ask if that's kind of like you girls getting on the same poop schedule, like knowing when the other one has to poop, kind of how
No,
biological birth givers know when there's gonna be a period. But since she's a
I
trans
sh
woman identifying
yeah.
as a male at this point, I guess that wouldn't really make sense.
No, and she doesn't have a period. She has, like, she has a crafted vagina, but when Marquina biological male, quote, Marquina had a very, very small micro penis. So there wasn't enough material to make the vagina. So then they had to go in and cut a piece of her colon out and use that to make the cavity of her vagina. But the downside is it will smell like poop her whole life. And
Wow.
it's like that's really the bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah.
I do have a vagina that I, can, have fun with, but it does smell like poop. So, we put Mentos in there. We put other things in there to disguise the smell.
This is a question I've always wanted to ask a woman, and I never had the balls to
Okay.
ask a woman this.
Yes,
And I feel like this is so far a very safe space. Like, I'm kind of glancing at the comments here, and everybody here seems it's pretty safe.
they are.
But so why do some vaginas smell fishy? Like, what's the correlation between fish and biological vaginas?
You know what? I don't know that, and that's see, like I have one hole. I'm like you. I have a hole in my bottom,
Oh, I
but
didn't
then
know that. I didn't know that you only had one. You only have one hole then?
yeah, I don't have a vagina. I have a clitoris. That's all I
Oh,
have is a clitoris.
okay.
And because I am body positive and overweight, I'm sorry, I keep burping.
You're okay.
Um, because I'm overweight, my clitoris has been recessed into my body, so everything got fat around it, and so now I just have like a hole. It's almost like I have two belly buttons.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's easy because when I lay back, Marquina just pushes down on the fupa, and then my clit pops up. See this? It just goes boop like that, and
Does
then she can go ahead and have fun with it.
that was gonna be my next question, if Marquina just goes and has fun with the clit, or does Marquina have 1 or 2 holes?
Marquina has a one in her bottom and then one in front because she does have a vaginal opening.
Okay, okay. So Marquina was born as a biological male, and then
Yes.
Marquina transitioned to a female.
Yes.
But then at the time when I say she, I'm not trying to dead pronoun her or whatever that term is.
No, no, this is I feel safe too, Rodney, with you. And I just feel like no matter what you say, you have good intentions. So I'm not gonna go high and to the right
Thank
like
you.
some people do.
I appreciate
Okay.
that, because that's one thing
Okay.
I really worry about, because I'm willing to learn, but sometimes I guess I'm just biologically, the same way like a black woman is biologically just smarter than everybody. For me
Yeah.
being a white male, there's things I just do not grasp right off the bat, and I need to ask
No.
questions, and they sound terrible sometimes, but I am trying to learn.
No, I no, and I appreciate that. I love it when cisgendered white men um are humble enough to ask. And like I said, some people go high and to the right. I'm not. And you know what, Rodney, I take responsibility for my community when they do that. But I am here and I am here to teach people. And we can always do better. And I appreciate you wanting to do better.
So so the term cis, right? Like I hear that sometimes people say that, and I feel like it's almost kind of a slur at some points. I say, "Oh, this cis
Yeah.
white male." Like people don't realize I've gone through struggles too.
Yeah.
I you've seen my content. I've talked about the struggles I faced where my maids didn't clean my bathroom, or that my truck that I got when I was 16 didn't have an aux hookup. And I didn't get my trust fund until I was 28.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy. So
Did
like
your parents love you?
kind of, I mean, my dad's he's a drinker, and my mom is kind of, like her mom was a hooker. So she kind of has a weird thing about men, and I'm a man. So it took a while for them to give me my trust fund, And I was like, do I need to wait for you guys to die, or can you just give me some goddamn money already? Because I'm out here struggling. Like, I only have a 2-bedroom apartment to myself. I need some more money because where am I gonna like set up my gym equipment? You know what I mean?
Well, and you can't wait for retirement. And it's funny because I try to tell my minority friends about the slave trust fund that we has been accumulated over the years for the white people.
Yeah.
I try to tell them, once we reach retirement age, we do receive a check that has it's been in a fund since slavery, and it's the money that has been accumulated through all these years. And so I try to tell them about, how our privilege really doesn't kick in until we're older.
When you say R, are you talking about your Latinx background, or are you talking about your whiteness? Which one are you talking about? I got
No,
kind of
the white part. That's part of when the privilege really kicks in is when you're a senior citizen
oh,
and you
like
start receiving that on top of your Social Security. That's why you see so many white people on vacation and with boats and new houses and RVs. You see an RV, it's always a white person.
oh
They
yeah.
probably bought it from the slavery
They probably I
stipend.
mean they probably use slaves to build it because I mean there's nothing in existence that slavery did not build. So
Rodney, what's your favorite animal?
what is my favorite animal? That is a great question. I've never thought about this. I just love animals in general.
Yeah.
Um
What about one you don't like?
I don't like snakes. I hate snakes. I think
I am the same. That's it. No, don't do it. I can't.
there's I feel like it's I almost feel like it's and I know this term is very aggressive, okay? I know this is a really aggressive and negative term, but I feel like there's almost a mental illness associated with people that love snakes. It's one thing to not be scared of them, but when people love snakes, like that's the serpent, you know? Like
You think it's like being a Satanist?
there's something off, and I can't describe it. There's just something like when somebody likes snakes, like there's just something there's a wiring that I don't understand, and maybe that's but
Yeah. How do you have a relationship with a reptile?
you don't. They don't love you. Like there's a story about this lady who had this big snake, and she would let it sleep in the bed with her, and it would
I
stretch
bet
out
she
next to
did. Yeah.
so she would let this son of a bitch stretch out next to her, and she thought, oh, he's my friend. And so what he was doing, he was sizing her up to see if he could swallow her. And then eventually the snake just ate her. They don't love you. It's not like, precious little pussycat here.
Yeah. And even and how can I put it? And I have 2 cats of my own, but I know my cat, for some reason, my cat loves me more when it's cold.
When it's
You
cold
know?
outside, like the weather's
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah. My cats are all over me. They love me. They want to lay on me and lay next to me and all that. But summertime, I never see them.
Cats are like girls. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the same way dating girls is during the summer. They got to run out and go and be wild and do their thing. And then during the winter, they want to cozy up and have a main squeeze. Cats are exactly like women.
Rocky Jesus, you never be a woman. It's fact. Honey, I could tell your name is Jesus because English is probably your second language, and that's why you worded it that way.
Yeah, there's some
Okay?
sort of typo there because there's no way somebody's that ignorant in 2024.
Just stop. Now you did talk about, and I don't have the video, but you did talk about how when you were a child, your housekeeper didn't clean your room.
No, I mean it's kind of. Let's see. Do I don't want to talk like I really. I have a certain persona I need to keep up, and I don't want to like be emotional on this stream right now. But no, my cleaner did not clean my room.
Is that why you want a Latina?
I mean, maybe we're tapping into some psychological underlying thing that maybe I'm trying to fill this void of that my cleaners didn't clean my room when I was a child, and that cleaners stereotypically might be Latinas, and yeah, maybe I'm looking for somebody to clean my room.
Hold on. Born to Hula says Zeus is jealous of them chola brows. You know what? I'm trying a new brow because I know I'm hoping to make it big on TV or in the movies. So I know I have to, try to be, classically beautiful. And I'm trying. That's why I wear more makeup when I do these hot seat interviews. I change it up a little bit. But I'm just trying, that's all. Um okay, let me what's your most embarrassing moment, Rodney?
My most embarrassing moment, off the top of my head, the most embarrassing moment I can think about is when so I was born in America, okay?
Yeah.
And then, because I've had a lot of, I'm a comedian in the making. My whole life has been terrifyingly embarrassing. But,
Okay.
I remember the first moment where I just wanted to crawl inside my skin and die was in first grade. Yeah, it was first grade. So I moved to Germany in first grade, and then we had to go write our names on the chalkboard. And I didn't like I knew how to spell my name, but I couldn't write my name. I just, like, froze up and I couldn't remember how to spell my name. And then the whole class, I'm talking like 20, and this is Germany. This isn't America, like, "Oh, let's be nice if the kids," like, the teacher was laughing too. It was like a
Right.
scene out of the like, everybody's like, "Oh," like, just laughing at me like little first grader, like 7 years old, little fucking towhead, because I didn't know how to spell my name.
Did you ever see the movie Carrie when they were the mom said, "They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you." Do you know what I'm talking about?
Care what no, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, the movie Carrie, it's a horror movie from the '70s, and they remade it. But the old one's the best, but the mother is ultra religious and just a fanatic, and Carrie has telekinesis, and she can make things happen, and she's a freak at school, and she starts her period in the shower, and all the girls throw tampons at her, and they say, "Plug it up, plug it up, plug it up," and they really embarrass her in the shower, and then she comes home, and then her mom, hits her with a Bible and tells her to pray for forgiveness. And then Carrie gets invited to the prom, and then the mom is saying, "Yeah, they're kidding you, Carrie. They don't really want you there. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you." And then Carrie just kept hearing that in her head.
So was her mom was her mom a birth giver? Because
Yes,
so she didn't understand about periods. Like, what did you think she had a uterus?
but it was no, it's all religious based. The mother was crazy. She was very crazy.
Because that's pretty interesting. Because you would think a biological birth giver would be more understanding towards. I could see where like a woman with the penis might be a little like, period. You need to repent for that. But if it's a biological woman, that seems kind of strange that she'd say, they're gonna laugh at you and throw tampons at your dome.
Yeah. But then she also tells her that Eve was weak. Eve was weak because she ate from the fruit of the tree, and that's why God cursed them with the curse of blood and
I
a painful pregnancy. And then you make fun of women doing this.
Is necessarily that difficult. I think women are just dramatic about everything in general. Okay, women always act like, oh, we.
They're not dramatic. They're being punished by God.
Well, like, what are they being punished for?
For giving Adam the apple.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That was very inappropriate of me to laugh. This is a serious thing.
Rodney, when you use a urinal, do you size up the gentleman next to you?
No, I usually mind my business.
Usually.
Yeah, I usually there was like one thing I really despise is when they have troughs. You ever just, well, you wouldn't know because you're a woman. You use the women's
No,
bathroom.
no, that's the thing. I was assigned male at birth.
Oh,
And I,
okay. So
yeah,
you've
go ahead.
so you've walked into a male bathroom and seen the trough?
Oh, I used to seek them out.
Like, have you been to the one where it's a circle where you're facing each other, like at a big sporting arena or something like that?
Well, yeah, there was a time I would be in the middle and get glazed like a donut.
You would just stand in the middle and just get showered?
Yeah.
What did your parents say when you walked out smelling like urine?
Urine. Oh, that wasn't urine that they spackled me with.
This was at like a Dodgers game or something?
It was really okay. I'll be honest. It was the swap meet,
What's a swap meet? What is that?
a flea market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was
What?
all kinds of mariachis, and they were selling all kinds of like livestock and everything, and little hoochie, hoochie mama dresses and stuff, and churros. And I would go into the bathroom, and they had a circle trough thingy there, and I would sit there, and then all the guys would be there looking at me and looking at each other, and they were doing this and trying to, I don't know, get chub up their stuff, their chorizos. And so, and then somebody would get me and they'd stand me in the middle, and then they would glaze me.
How do you feel about that? Like, is that a fond memory? Is that something you look back on that you miss from
Well, the minorities liked it, so I'm assuming I was doing something good.
I mean, that is a good way to gauge if you're, that's how I gauge my happiness if the minorities are. You know what? I had a really almost racist moment today. Do you want to hear about it?
Oh, I'd love to.
So I went for a walk in the park, and it was pretty desolate. There weren't a lot of people there. And I walk around this corner, and then there's a young African American male, if I had to guess, probably about 25, about 6 feet tall. And there was a gate, and I heard a bunch of children. Like, it's almost like there was a daycare or something like that on the other side. And I heard a bunch of or just like females screaming, right? It just sounded like happy, disgusting white people is what it sounded
Mhm.
like. And so I walk around the
Privileged,
corner,
of course. Yeah.
and he's trying to scale this gate that has the private property do not trespass sign on it. And then so I walk around the corner, and he just kind of stops, and he was holding a 2-liter bottle and a backpack, right? And
Okay.
he didn't look homeless or anything. He just looked like a normal guy. He looked like he might have a rap video or something like that, but he just looked like a typical like younger black dude.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking like, okay, why are you just like stopping whatever you're doing as soon as I walk around the corner? And then it was just something was very shady about it. But I had this moment like, am I really going to be this white Karen right now that profiles this black guy that asks him like, hey, what are you doing? But at the same time, there was just something off. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I didn't know what to do. So I just minded my bit. I said, hey, how you doing? And then he said, I'm going to assume it was a male. I'm going to assume those are his pronouns. So I hope he doesn't see this and he identifies as something else.
Ross
But
said it might have been a doctor.
it might have been.
Yeah.
Maybe he heard some pain in the person's voice on the other side of the fence. But yeah, I said, hey, how's it going? He said, what's poppin'? And I said, oh, yep. And then I just kept walking and I minded my business. So what do you think I should have done?
I probably
Was that your bonus hole? I'm sorry.
Rodney, what the Latinas that you like, do you like them with big brown areolas, or would you rather them have a bigger breast and just a big nipple and a smaller areola? Where do you fall on the areolas?
Is areola the actual nipple or just the outside of the nipple?
Okay, so you have let's say the areola is a teacup, and then the areola is the saucer.
Is the saucer the thing that makes contact with the table?
Yes, that is the plate that's on the breast, and then the nipple is the cup on top of it.
Okay, so the areola is different from the nipple, right?
Yeah, the areola is like it's flat. Sometimes it's raised, and sometimes it has bumpy skin like a chicken.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's pink or it's brown, and some are flesh colored.
So sorry, could you say the question again? Because I want to make sure I fully understand, because this is some serious stuff. I want to make sure
Okay, so we know you like big booty Latinas.
Yeah.
But do you like Latinas with big brown areolas? Or would you prefer just a big boob and a big nipple with a smaller areola?
Can I get a big boob with a small nipple?
Oh, you're not a nipple man.
I mean, I just think like small, there's something hot about like a big boob with a small nipple.
And big, when you say big, like you like them big, or
no.
more than a handful is a waist. That's what I've always heard, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Just like a handful. I don't need like monster jugs or something.
No.
But
Would you prefer natural or are you okay with implants?
I've only ever been with one girl with implants, and it was so fascinating just to see how far science has come.
Yeah.
And so I think the German in me was really just infatuated with like the technology involved. So I do like me some fake titties just for the fact that I enjoy the technology and innovation that's involved with creating those.
Now, Rodney, how long were you in Germany for?
From the time I was 6 to 12.
6 to 12. And I'm assuming you learned German.
Yeah, I'm fluent German.
So
Yeah, like
you could just speak it anytime you want, right?
yeah, so my mom and I still speak German. So she lives about 2 hours north of me here in
Mhm.
Texas, and
Yeah.
we speak. I've got a big German family out here, a bunch of cousins and my aunt, and we all speak German.
And when you came back to the United States, did you have an accent?
You know what's crazy? I asked my dad this. He's such a like patriarchal swine sometimes because I
Yeah.
I asked him, I was like, "Hey dad, when I came back to the United States, did I have an accent?" And he was offended by this. And I think this was his like toxic fragile white male American masculinity because he
Mhm.
was very offended that his son asked if I had an accent. So I don't know is the answer to your question. I don't know if I feel like I would have had because I asked my best friend the same thing, Nate. I said, "Hey Nate, when you met me in 7th grade, did I have an accent?" He's like, "I don't remember." So I don't know.
What does it say on the messages right there?
It says Guten Abend, so that means good evening. It's like how you would say like good day or like
Okay. Now, Marion's my girl, and she's actually from there.
hi Marian. Marion.
Marion,
Marion Holzmann. Yeah, that's German as hell.
Marion, can you say something real sexy in German for him?
Oh yeah, hit me.
Like what you might want to do with him? Now Marion, he's a big tall glass of water. He's a big tall guy, but he's thin, so his penis looks real big, even though it
Yeah.
might be average.
Yeah. It looks huge, but it's not.
Yeah, until you pull up the measuring tape, huh? And you're like, no, we don't need that.
Yeah, see, I never know how to measure. I don't know if you need to go from like how, you know what I mean? There's like a inch and a half
Mm,
differential depending on how you measure
yeah.
it.
I
So,
heard some men go from the bottom of the ball bag, and then I heard some men go from the butthole. But
and then I don't
it's really at the base, the base underneath the penis.
but is it because you can push into the bottom of the balls pretty hard? So if you measure
Yeah.
from that base, I feel like it'll give you, an extra.
DR says measure from your bonus hole.
Well, I mean, I think it's very rare. That's kind of a unicorn where they have a bonus hole and a penis to measure.
Yeah. Can you read this?
Hallo, ja, in Hamburg geboren und aufgewachsen. No hog. I will not talk dirty. Yeah, so Marion said that she was born in Hamburg and she was raised there. So
Wait, how did you pronounce her name?
Marion.
Marion. You don't see the N?
Marion. Yeah, so
Marion.
your Latin X really comes out when you
It
try
sounds
to.
Italian to me.
I
Marion.
so I think it's because I was trying to pronounce. So like in German, you just say Marion.
Okay. Marion. I keep adding, you know,
It's
wait,
hard
oh,
because
God.
Germans go it comes from like the throat. It's like a deep throat thing with
So
German.
you want mucus.
Yeah, you gotta like really like you gotta reach back there in the back of your throat, and that's why Germans sound so aggressive because a lot of the sounds you have to make them from like from the back of your throat.
It's an aggressive language, isn't it?
Yeah, but I love it. People say Germans aren't funny. Germans are fucking hilarious, and I will stand
I
up.
would
Can
I
I
would
swear on this stream? Like, well, no, I won't.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
yes,
get it.
no, I mean, I am monetized, but, they might not catch it one time. But, I've heard, German and Arabic are very they sound nasty when, you're talking fast and loud and aggressive. They could get it sounds kinda mean, don't it?
Yeah, I don't know much about Arabic. I kind of, you
Oh,
know, get
okay.
given my what did Marquina just bring you?
Marquina gave me this book. She has it on the toilet. Hold on. It's called Dirty German.
Oh wow, I need that.
Dirty German, everyday slang from what's up to F you.
Damn.
I know. Okay, wait. Okay, let's see if you and Marion could understand what I'm saying.
I just want to acknowledge this comment really quick that somebody was
Yeah.
solicited by a very young male prostitute in Germany, and
Yeah.
I don't know whether to say sorry or congratulations that it happened. So depending on how that made you feel, I either apologize or represent for my people for that.
Has he ever read Mein Coughing?
No, I do own the book. I've never read it though. It's funny because I looked on Amazon the other day if it's available, if people can even buy. Because I bought it back in like 2009 or something like that, but I've never opened it. I bought it as kind of like a gag joke, but I've never actually read it.
Okay, so you, Marion and Rodney, if you want to listen, Beast do so giel why each
Say like the last couple words again.
giel why each.
Bist du so geil, weil ich. Say it one more time. One more time.
Beast or beist?
No, bist is right. So you're saying it. You're saying everything clear. You say bist du geil, and I don't understand like the rest of it.
Why ich. WIEICH.
Oh, are you as horny as I am?
Yes, that's right. You're smart.
I'm German.
Oh, oh,
That
oh
is
my
true.
God! I could speak to you.
So it says prostitution is legal in Germany. So when we were kids, we used to hang out outside of there's a place called Das Crazies, and we would hang out outside of Das Crazies and try to like, little fucking horny boys. We try to look for some hookers. And we thought we've never been to a whorehouse as 9-year-olds, obviously, but we thought that the whores, well, I shouldn't call them that. We thought that the hookers, the prostitutes, would just like come outside, and then we'd always lie about that one of us saw it, but we never did because they're like in a room waiting for the businessman to go in there.
Oh my! Did they ever mistake you as a prostitute?
No, they don't. And Germany was very civilized at the time. I do. So I went and visited back in because I have a bunch of friends over there, like my childhood friends that I grew up with, and
Okay.
then they all were seeing the same prostitute. And as an American, it was weird. So this was in 2012, I believe. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, you got to go see our." It's kind of like when your friend recommends a barber. Like everybody was recommending this one prostitute to me. Like 6 guys were like, "Yeah, we all go see her."
Well, she's pretty lubed up and ready, huh?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if 6 of my boys have
Yeah.
seen her, she comes highly recommended.
I am. Oh, now I'm in a different part of the book, but let's see. Oh, it's not even that there. I wanted some real dirty stuff, and there isn't any. Did you happen to see a swastika while you lived there?
No. Well, so yes, it's like illegal. One time when I was in elementary school, somebody spray painted one. Do you guys have it's like a big wall and it's got 2 holes in it to kick a bonus hole and a butthole to kick a ball through. It's like a big it's a wall with 2 holes, and then the point is to kick a soccer ball and see you can kick it through.
Is it a glory hole?
Yeah, I don't know what they call it. It's pretty much like a glory hole if your dick was like this big.
Oh boy, that'd really split you in half, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but so somebody drew a swastika on it at school, and they shut down school and sent us all home and did a criminal investigation.
What is Reeperbahn?
I don't know what that is. It sounds like a place. Maybe it's where you go and they have the huge glory holes.
Has he ever played in a concert tradition camp on accident as a kid?
Concert tradition like a okay, I get it. No, I have one time I did kick in a gate, so there was a bunker. So I grew up in Frankfurt, and Frankfurt didn't get touched by the war, but there's a bunch of like war aftermath, if not aftermath, but like bunkers and stuff like that. So I did kick in a gate one time, and then I went and played in a bunker. And I found a half trek one time, and I threw fireworks at it.
Now, I don't know how you and Marion will feel about this, since you both are German and you've, sensitive to some certain things. But
Yeah.
Me and Marquina were at a collectible store, and I had just gotten $100 for my birthday from a friend. We're no longer friends, but anyway, so I got that money, and Marquina is very much into World War II. Okay, at Marquina's military. But anyway, so we go and we're looking through all this stuff, and then the guy said, "Oh, you want to see some cool stuff?" And he said, "Yeah." He like goes to the bottom of these boxes that were under other boxes, and they were all covered in dust and stuff. He pulled out these awards that said 1939. It was a ribbon and like a kind of a cross with another symbol in the center, and they were issued by the Fuhrer.
Damn, like directly they came from his bowl cut ass hands. Damn. Yeah, it's it's very very interesting subject, but also as a German, it's one of those things where like when they talk about those days in Germany in school, because you have to learn about it, people go like, they hate talking about it. It's kind of it's being a German in America, it is kind of a weird thing because we are so infatuated with it, where it's this very shameful thing on the German people.
Oh, God, here it's almost like punk rock.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad, but some people find it cool.
It
You
is pretty
know,
cool. I'm not gonna
and
lie. Like it's
you know,
interesting.
they kind of almost create the fascination by making it so bad that it's like, I mean, what are rebels gonna do? They're naturally gonna seek it out and look at it, right?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
it's even. I mean, so when I was a kid, there was still. So I was born in '89. So yeah.
oh, do you know in '89, I was like completely addicted to meth and I was 19 years old.
Were you driving a truck yet?
No, I didn't do that until my 30s.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know. I thought you were like 28, Hogatha.
I can be 28.
I mean, that's what I thought. I mean, wow, you've aged very gracefully.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Mario says it never happened. There is no history between 1940 and 42.
I would agree with that, but somebody would clip this and then
Yeah, but you can't. You have to agree with Mario because he's Mexican.
fuck, you're right. Okay.
Yeah. See, you might think he's Italian by Mario, but no, Mexicans are named Mario too, like Mario Lopez.
Yeah, no, I would have never thought Italian. I would have instantly thought Mexican.
See, I always go right to Mario Brothers and and Luigi and stuff.
I guess that's a good point.
That's what I do anyway. But you know what?
Well, since you are a biracial woman, whatever you think does take the priority over what I think.
Now, I have one more question for you. And I mean, that doesn't mean it's the end, but this is the last question.
Okay.
I don't. Would you rather be constipated or have diarrhea?
I think I would rather have diarrhea. Being constipated is terrible.
Did you know that Buck Angel said the same thing? Do you know who Buck Angel is?
Yes, I watched. So it's been this thing where I've been too scared to Google Buck, but I listened to you guys talk, and I had zero idea that Buck had a vagina. I mean, I had no idea. I mean, that's some legendary shit right there. And I don't know. So does Buck do scenes with other guys, and then like
Yeah, Buck has done not at all.
Because I don't know how I would I don't know what that would do to me. I'm kind of scared to see that because I don't know if my brain is ready for that. You know what I mean?
You know what? I have a 9th question for you. Okay, so you remember the Latina that you were on a date with, and she pulled down her pants and had a 9-inch uncut penis.
Yeah.
Would you rather be with that Latina with a 9-inch uncut penis or be with Buck Angel?
Oh man. So I mean, I guess Buck Angel, because I would and Buck's a very handsome man. I'm not trying to say that, I'm just not attracted to men, but if Buck has a vagina, I would be with the vagina and probably just kind of, deal with the thing.
That is a big conversation right now that you see in the LGBTQ two spirit plus cult, where they're arguing that you're not even supposed to have a genital preference. Like, you should be your big booty Latina. She's perfect in every way. The perfect bottom. She can cook. She can clean. She could slob your knob like nobody's business. But she has a penis, and that should not stop you, because she is a woman and you're a heterosexual man. So you should make love to her penis.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know, like, how would I, like, I've heard of docking and whatnot, but I just, I mean, there's certain, like I said, I'm German, okay? So there's logistic, everything is logic and order and science. And
Right.
so so I wouldn't know how to really, do what I like to do to the penis. Like, it wouldn't make sense because I like to do the thing,
Right. So basically, so what you're saying is, if you had two choices, you're spreading buck, spitting on it, and going in like a man.
Yeah. I would fuck Buck if verse over, like, suck off a Latina.
Well, that's, you know what? That's very progressive of you, that you would be with a trans man before a trans woman.
Yeah, I mean, if it's, yeah, I mean,
Brooke says, make it make sense.
I mean, I don't see what's confused. I don't really see what's confusing about that, but
Hoggy, can you please interview maybe Drama the Convo? What? Maybe Drama the Convo. I highly recommend you look into her content. I'm sure lots of followers would love to see that shit show. Well, Willow, I've never heard of this person, but I'd love to. Are you talking about maybe a girl that the treasury of Silver Lake, the tranny drag queen? Is that what you're talking about? Suck buck. So you would suck buck. That's what somebody said. Lord Petty, are you on Twitter? Marion wants to know, or I'm not saying it right.
Yeah, it's Lord Petty 1_.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Lord Petty or where does Lord Petty are you a petty person?
Yes, but so I'm what's the least boring version? So language evolves, right? Kind of how, like, gender norms evolve and everything else evolves. So language has evolved. And it's kind of how, the term, like, dopehead used to be a bad thing, but then we described dope as being a positive thing.
Right. Bad. I remember when I was a kid, it was bad.
Yeah. So that's,
oh man, that's bad.
So for me, the suck off a Latina, looks like that one really struck a chord. So for me, the term petty, it just means, because we dismiss a lot of little things, and my grandma always said the devil's in the details, but the devil's bad. But I'm saying, just like, the meat of life is usually in the details, and pettiness is like the little things. So that's where I find my humor. That's where I find, like, really the meat of life was within the little things. So for me, being petty doesn't necessarily mean, like, being spiteful or I'm not a very, like, angry, spiteful, revengeful type person. I just like to get into the nitty gritty, and that's what's petty to me.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you again about your Latina with the big boobs and big butt. Okay.
With or without the penis?
No, this time we're removing the penis.
Okay.
But now we're going to put in the whole deli counter. I'll tell you. We're putting in, the opening, the slit, but with layers and layers of roast beef.
I mean, that doesn't bother me at all.
And even if it hangs out a little bit, like an open-faced roast beef sandwich.
I mean, I'm not perfect, I have, like, my nipples are a little lopsided and shit like that.
Oh, are they?
So
I did see your picture. You have a hairy chest, don't you?
I have a really hairy chest. Yeah. You want to see it?
Yeah.
See,
look at that, ladies and men.
Actually, I shaved my chest. I forgot I shaved my chest.
Oh, it is hair. Now, why did you? Are
Well, but
you?
you can still kind of see like it's a little bit.
Are you? Are you? Are you transitioning?
No, I just wanted to be aerodynamic. That was so stupid. But yeah, I just know it gets so hairy, and I like to wear my shirts open, and sometimes I
You
just
wear a gold chain and it gets stuck in the fur.
yeah, my chains get stuck in my hair, so I had to
Yeah.
kind of, and plus, excuse me, because I've been taking the pregnancy hormones.
Uh huh.
It's been, like I said, it's been making me really hairy. Like my ass is really hairy, my beard is really good. I'm kind of losing my actual hair though, which is
Oh,
really frightening.
well, you still. How old are you?
I am. How old am I? I'm 33.
Oh, you're doing good for 33. I mean, there's
Yeah,
18-year-olds that they look like that.
it's
Is,
it's starting to go, but
is
and
your
that's
mother's father bald?
I don't know. So my mother's grandfather was a Nazi, and then her dad was a
So did he flee to Argentina with the rest of them?
no, but I saw a
Oh,
picture of him. It's pretty crazy. Like he's standing there in this, like he was like an officer in the Luftwaffe, which is the German Air Force. And then my family always told me, "Oh no, he was a postman." And I finally saw a picture of him. Like, no, this guy was a fucking dirtbag. Is what he was. And so my mom, long story short, so I don't know any of my mom's family because my mom like completely cut ties when she was like 18. She just like took herself completely out of the picture because,
are
like I said,
there any Jews in the audience? Because right now is your turn. It's your time. You have a descendant from Nazis right
yeah.
now on camera.
But I had family fighting for the US though too. It's the same thing. Like I have family on both sides of the Civil War. So I have like, you know,
Right.
Confederate and Union people in my
Oh yeah,
family.
you know what? Looked back in my history, and I have I'm part. The Hatfield and the McCoys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm both. Isn't that funny?
Wait, like I
I come from real white trash in the Appalachians.
like damn,
Huh?
yeah, that's crazy. You're Appalachian?
I'm mostly Welsh and then Portuguese, but the Welsh family that came over here, they dug in caves and for coal in West Virginia and all got black lung and died.
Damn, yeah, that's pretty cool though. That's
Have
pretty
you
cool.
seen the whites of West Virginia?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to be one of their family members, but I couldn't find any trace at all.
Yeah, they're not very they don't really let people in either because I've seen a lot of people try to go interview them and they're not really open to interview. So it'd be hard to go match up your DNA with them and really like get like a spit sample from them or something.
It would be
Even though they
difficult.
all like drool a lot, so you just kind of have to like do like a drive by with like a popsicle stick and swoop some saliva maybe.
That's right. You know what? NYC hero, he pays attention. Yeah, Huntington, West Virginia. I have a lot of family there. Um, wait, Moonshine. Wait, Willow says, are you talking about maybe? She has a coin slot as a belly button and she shakes her thighs and arms for cash apps and she's polyamorous. Well, yeah, anybody will stick it in her. That's who she goes for and sleeps with her daughter's girlfriends. She has a huge following of haters. Please look her up. It would even help you out. Your platform, LOL. Everyone makes money off her. Well, my God, the disability ain't cutting it. I'm gonna pull the old slot machine arm on maybe and see what happens.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna tune into that one because that sounds interesting, not gonna lie.
right. So where do you what's Lord Petty have going on? What are you doing in 5 years, Lord Petty? Where do you see yourself?
In 5 years, if I'm not rich off the internet, I'm just gonna be a homeless person.
But you know what? There's much freedom in homelessness.
I mean, they look like they're having fun. They just drink booze all day. They jerk off in bushes. They go and take shits in front of businesses they don't like, and then they yell at police officers. It looks kind of fun.
You know what? I'll tell you. You know what? And I'm gonna let people in on the dark side of Hogatha. I was addicted to meth for 10 years and I was even homeless for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, whatever. But in that time, I had quite an education. I found out all the people on the street, the majority liked it. They enjoyed it. It was a sense of community.
Mhm.
I heard one man told me, he goes, I've never been so free. I have never been so free than to give up everything that I had. And I'm homeless. I come and go as I please. I do what I want. I don't pay taxes. People are generous. The state is generous. Welfare. Yeah. Lord Petty don't even pay taxes, you guys. You
Yeah,
see what's there?
I think I just want to be homeless, to be honest, because I have no interest in worldly things. It's almost like I struggle with depression without being sad, you know?
Doc DR says, is there a Lord Petty OnlyFans?
I tried to make one. And they wouldn't let me. So like one of the strangest experiences of my life is I put a video of myself farting on TikTok, and then a guy messaged me on Instagram. He said, "Hey, are you the guy that was farting on TikTok?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he started paying me for fart videos, and so I would take like the Snapchat filter, and you can take a video and you can slow it down, so it goes from
Yeah.
so it goes brrr. And so I would film myself farting, and then I'd just be like slowed down. And I was just selling this guy these fart videos, like $10 a pop, and I'd send him like 5 a day. And my girlfriend at the time was very disturbed by this, and I thought it was just the funniest thing ever. I was like, "Yeah, objectify me. This is hilarious." And then
Right, a job's a job.
yeah, and then I tried to make an OnlyFans, and then it wouldn't let me. Kitty, what are you doing?
Is
My
that your
cat.
pussy?
Yeah, my pussy's wilding right now.
Do you ever grab her?
No, like I said, she doesn't like being grabbed. Come here. Come here. Psst, psst, psst. Come on. Come say hi to Hogatha.
So, DR, what would you like to see on Lord Petty's OnlyFans? What would you like to see him do on an OnlyFans? Marion says that she would love to see you show off your hairy chest on an OnlyFans.
Look, you guys are giving me ideas because yeah.
How would you say Marion's last name? Is there like a way of saying it that I wouldn't?
Holtzmann.
Okay. Now, you know what? I went to the Museum of Intolerance. Have you heard of that?
No. Museum of Intolerance.
No, tolerance. It's a Jewish one in LA. And I went there. Me and Marquina went there. Yeah, she's a big buff of, World War II and stuff like that. Does this make you uncomfortable?
It's okay. It's okay.
You know what? I was being insensitive, and then I became sensitive, and I go, wait a minute. He did express that this is not.
I feel a lot
since
you did acknowledge it. I feel a lot more comfortable, and I think it's okay to proceed. So thank you.
Okay, so anyway, I did it, right? I looked at it, and there wasn't that many people there. It was kind of empty, really. And how many times you can tell the same story? And but one of the coolest things was the uniforms. They were beautiful. I'll tell you, there's nothing hotter than I've seen some porn where, they wear these outfits and they look very sharp.
What kind of porn are you into, Hogatha?
I am a very diverse and progressive person, so I give it all a chance. You know what I mean? The art exists, and I'm going to digest it. I'm gonna eat it up, and I love art in all forms. Art makes you think. And and it was very thought provoking what I was watching. These men in various stages of undress, wearing certain uniforms from a certain time and place.
Does Marquina watch it with you? Because you said she's.
Oh,
do I say she or he?
You could say she. Marquina actually has a poster on our wall that I Googled, and it's a propaganda piece from a certain time. And let me tell you what it says. It says something in a foreign European language that I can't understand, but it has like almost like a fist like this, an iron fist doing this. And I don't know what it is, but Marquina likes World War II stuff. So Marquina, yes, she is into this porn where they are these total she likes bull dykes, like big manly men, lesbians with butch haircuts, dressed in that uniform.
Wow.
And abusing people.
Wow. I kind of want
Marquina,
to.
go ahead.
I mean, I think I would watch that too. Some bull dykes and some uniforms.
Quite possibly, Lucky says a man in that type of uniform is such a turn on. It, you know what? It really, Lord Petty, it really you must have these, all these different feelings and emotions going on, because while you were there and they really imparted on you the shame of that time and made you even feel a little guilty for it, didn't they?
I
And
think
then,
we're almost like, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Like that was a very white male swine of me to interrupt a woman like that. I'm sorry.
that's
We're
okay.
I think maybe we're kind of like vampires, you know, we're these, like, I think we're kind of turning into a fetish for the fact that everybody knows they're supposed to hate us. So I think there's a lot of women out there because they, you know, it's the same way they like werewolves and vampires and stuff like that, because they're these bad things that they're not supposed to have. So when they look at a straight white 6-foot male, especially a German, they might be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, well, that's pure evil. Like, I kind of want to, you know, I'm not supposed to do this. Like, I want to disappoint my father. I want to just like, I want to disappoint my fathers and go deal with this straight white German male." So I think it might work out to my favor.
But do you know what's going to happen to you? Okay, this is what's going to happen if you stay good looking and healthy enough and try to stay young. See, it's the same thing like when a white girl is with a black guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like riding that and really enjoying it. And she knows that it would just kill her dad. She
Yeah.
knows it.
Yeah.
She knows it because it's taboo. Well, here we are in 2023. Yeah, it's not so taboo anymore. No one really cares.
Yeah, like you
But
get applause. Like if you bring a black guy home to your liberal parents, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, finally! Like we finally have
you know
some
what?
diversity in the family."
It's going to be your time.
Yeah,
It's
that's
going to
what I'm
be
saying.
it's going to
Hogatha,
be
you get it.
taboo to be grinding on you.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna be the taboo thing, and then you know, when she takes me home to her father's, they're gonna have a conversation with her about this.
Right. Right. And there might be several baby daddies involved. So she might, have a father and then a couple men, who worked part-time as her father,
Yeah,
you know.
probably. I mean, I don't know. You might know more about that than I do, but I mean, yeah, there might be a whole like web of shit going on, which would,
Well, and if she's Latina, then she might have, 12 brothers maybe, I don't know.
yeah,
But,
at least.
yeah, so when she's gonna see you coming. Oh my, a natural blonde? But you have blue eyes?
Yeah, like
Oh my god.
I'm just a
That's
disappointment waiting to happen. And some girls
sick.
they want to get revenge on their parents. So if they bring me home, they'll be like, "You brought this devil into our home." And yeah,
Blue-eyed devil.
yeah,
That's what you are. That you are. You know what? You're a fetish.
I hope so.
Now, I know where you're at in your state, and I'm not gonna say it, but is it a heavily, Latino area?
Yeah, it's like Latino and German. There's a lot of
Really?
Latino and German settlement. Yeah.
Oh, I have friends who moved to that city north of you that
Yep.
seems to be a popular city
Hmm.
and has a certain name. But, yeah, they moved there, and, yeah, they said the same thing.
Yep.
Now, the funny thing is I live in Southern California, and I'm a minority here.
When you say you're a minority, like, are you taking into account that you're 2% Latinx or not?
Oh, they don't recognize that, they don't care. They all they care about is your looks.
So
That's
they
it. It
how does
don't
that
matter.
how
Go
does that
ahead.
make you feel? Like, do you identify as a white woman or do you?
I do, and I go a step further, Lord Petty, or I'm sorry, Rodney. Do you know that every Rodney except one that I've known has been black?
Oh, they're always, yeah.
I wear this necklace. Now, you might wanna put this on.
What does it say? I see edition says, oh, white privilege. Oh, nice. Yeah, I need that.
Okay,
Wait, can you hold that up again? I want to take a screenshot.
hold on, let me get it to where it's nice.
Beautiful.
Okay,
That's gonna be my new background.
this is a necklace that Marquina got me.
That's very sweet of her.
She said, "I always want you to remember that you have privilege." And I wear it almost like a scarlet letter, you know? And when people have asked, people have been offended by them. "Oh, really?" I'm acknowledging my white privilege. So there's no question in your mind. I know that I know that I have white privilege, and I don't intend on taking advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you would be the type to take advantage of your white privilege, and I try not to either. My pussy's just destroying. She might have to go outside.
Okay.
She might have to pee. Actually, I gotta pee too. So
Okay. Well, you know what, Lord Petty, would you like to let people know where to find you? I'm going to have everything in the description, your Instagram and your website. So do you have anything else that you would like to say?
yeah, I mean, please follow me on the socials. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. Look at the cat is just tearing up the curtain. Hi, kitty. Yeah, please follow my YouTube channel. I do a daily podcast. It's only 15 minutes called Dangerous Misinformation. I would love for people to check that out. Yeah, follow me on Instagram at @LordPetty_ and say what's up. And thank you so much for having me on, Hogatha. It was a very, it's been about a year since we've talked. Time really flies. So it's very nice talking to you again.
A lot of people don't know that we have been together before.
Yeah.
Here online, not what they're thinking, but
well, I tried to come see you last time I was in California. I can't remember what happened. I was trying to come out and see you in California, but something
anytime. You know what? And I'll make time for you, Rodney.
Yeah,
And
next time I'm out there, I'll hit you up.
And if I'm in Tejas in your area, I'll be more than I would love to let you know that I'm in town, and maybe take me out to a nice dinner or something. I don't know.
I got you. Dinner's
maybe
on me.
make me a steak.
I got Hogatha, anything you want. If you come to Texas, I will feed you all the steaks you need.
All right, love. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on. Marion Holtzman, stop it. Look at what Marion Holtzman did.
Oh, Marion, you are so sweet.
Yeah. White privilege my ass. That's why I worked 3 jobs, right? I subscribed to your YouTube and followed your Twitter. There you go. Rodney, you got one right there.
I got
Marion
one.
Holtzman.
Very new. Marion, I will follow you back. And it is very beautiful to see you contributing to a supporting other women the way you just did. So that makes me really
Marion is a wonderful, wonderful woman. And we have a wonderful sisterhood.
I love that.
Okay, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight. Make sure you follow Rodney on all social media. You can get his book on Amazon if you'd like. But anybody, this is Rodney Smith, and I thank you guys for joining us. And thank you, Rodney.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.